The draft for FlyQuest is for Bwipo. What do they want to save it for? And the Vlad will be the pick. So we have two very powerful, scaling, team fighting capable AP characters for the solo lanes of FlyQuest, with range of being able to punish things. Like when we look back at the level 1, when we look back at Bwipo taking that chunk, it hasn't really hurt him a whole lot. And now he's in a great spot. It's first blood for Bwipo. These champions, but it is one extra ruby crystal for Umpty.
So it's interesting because Bwipo heading back down, but has no ignite, and meanwhile top side.
Oh, nice. Busio gets caught out there. KazaLoLLCShighlights and Jan going in. The handshake is beautiful, even through the clone. There's no way home. Beautifully done from KazaLoLLCShighlights and Jan. The Renata Glass setting it up with the engage to guarantee that Jan's getting on the board, tying up these 80 carries.
That's exactly where TL want all of their money in Jan's pockets. The Callista flowers, you said it. Now, that opens up the option for Umpty on top side. They will be able to get both of the first early neutral objectives here, so super nice there for TL, for Umpty, but it'll come up and grab these two because you get so much.
Oh boy, Bwipo in some danger. Impact nearly getting the kill, but nearly is not good enough. Quad arrives with the Realm Warp. Impact falls down, and again, it's that difference in mobility summoner spell. Bwipo having the flash to get the extra. This wave shoved up a little bit further, but Greed might get the better of him, as now Bwipo's going to find himself in a 1 versus 3. Tries to lay down the Hemo Plague, maybe get something back here against Impact. Drops into the pool, needs a little bit more, might just find it, not quite, but no, he does get it!
He does!
The bailout's not going to work because he didn't have the timing.
The bailout is on him, but and it's just right after. So he does not get the credit. Nice kill there, yeah.
Yup. Dropping Hemo Plague into the Ignite. Inspired priming the first 2 charges of 3 Talon Strike, so immediately has the knockup ready for the 3rd, and that makes it all fight, at least for themselves.
Yeah.
Yes, sir, they will. However, that Herald being secured will be traded for a bottom lane tier 1.
Exactly. The price you're paying is solo tower gold here for the Vladimir. That has already been a problem. Now we have to here. So let's see if they can do just that.
Oh, Inspire jumping over the wall, going after Jan, forces the flash and retaliation from the Team Liquid AD carry as Bwipo's into the back line. The Tides of Blood nearly kill off the Callista, but not quite enough just yet. Bwipo needs an empowered transfusion, and he gets it. Meanwhile, into the back is Impact, but it ain't gonna matter. He should die first, but no, it's Bwipo, and Impact takes one with him. Bwipo and Masu just evolved his Archangel to a Seraph's Embrace as well, so another sneaky power spike. If Team Liquid isn't hitting tab and paying attention to that, they might get surprised by the shield.
Okay.
Umpty wants an opportunity to try to find a knock-up here onto somebody, but Inspired is not going to be the right target. Quad dumping damage into the Team Liquid lines. Follow-up from Inspired as he's ready to chase. Shut down, credit over to Quad. Team Liquid hung around too long. Umpty goes back in, but he's shot in the face as he makes his entry. Now it's Impact and APA in a 2v3. Team Liquid, right as it looked like they won a fight they shouldn't have, they give it all away.
Quad is too strong. Even in the 4v3 here, Umpty uses EQ. Since that does not land, Jarvan has nothing left. And Quad is just dumping damage into them. The Rise chain.
Come and try to answer this. A Scryer's Trinket placed into the pit is going to notice what FlyQuest is doing, but TL's got nobody nearby. It's Masu and Busio dealing with Umpty and Impact here at the same time. Pop blossom to try to peel from Masu as he fires an arrow right back into Umpty. Needs a little bit more damage to get the kill. The Realm Warp arrived. Masu's still in danger. Nobody's paying attention to Impact. He is going to manage to come back thanks to the false life from the Otacon, but still that's 2 false lives popped. Impact fighting for his life back here finally does drop. Extend to try to challenge for it when then FlyQuest did punish him, but since they missed it, it just feels like there's not even any reason for Liquid to be in the area for this. There's no way to contest it. They're too game.
Here we go, though. This is going to have to be TL coming over with APA. He's going to have to teleport in if they want to go for this.
Oh, Umpty just 50%. Taking a massive chunk there as Quad immediately fires into the Team Liquid lines. APA has arrived in the wrong spot. You want to talk about the wrong destination, the wrong plane, the wrong ticket, the wrong airport, the wrong play from APA is punished, and FlyQuest now with a 4v5 back into the Baron pit.
Umpty's hoping for a miracle play now, I guess. He's trying to find a way towards that Baron to steal it. It's so hard for TL, though, because they don't have the range to like poke down either, so it kind of has to be a full commit.
Jan and KazaLoLLCShighlights staying together. Core knows he has to peel for this Callista if they want to have any sort of a chance here, but Impact, the most deadly player right now on Team Liquid, I would have to think. Masu's got low HP, so he's trying to continue to play from range, as Whippo now knows that Impact's going to need to dive in. Meanwhile, on the side of the fight, they're going to try to save Core JJ. A knockback back up into the air as Quad is down. Masu's having to go now into full retreat. Beautiful shutdown over to Umpty. Team Liquid has found 2 kills. Yes, they had to lose Impact for it, but they stopped the Baron play. Umpty, and in an incredible showing around this Baron pit, good patience from Impact, good spacing there from Yon and Core. Team Liquid
with their Gwen. FlyQuest are taking away that dragon. In payment, though, the tower is immediately going to go down.
Big moves there from Core JJ, as now APA dashing in with a Spirit Rush. One to go after Masu, right on top of him here with a charm. Busio needs to try to protect, but Core JJ is already down, as Inspired is unstoppable, and APA is unsuccessful. Impact diving into the back line to at least find something, but now he's hopping and skipping behind enemy lines, behind enemy turrets, back near the enemy base wall. He has no ulti left. Inspired is going to walk back up through the gate, immediately ready to fight this guy, unafraid, knowing that he has Quad next to him. Now Umpty's taking a turret up there in the top lane at the same time, but Inspired FlyQuest, who have managed to secure the last 3 Drakes in a row and are now currently pushing towards the tier 2. Busio getting away as TL tries to dogpile in, maybe cut off FlyQuest, but Inspired's found his way to APA. Zinja's gonna solo kill Ari if TL isn't careful.
Whoa.
They toss Core over the wall there with a very aggressive Callista ultimate. Umpty ready to join back over the wall himself, but immediately knocked up into the air by Inspired as Umpty tries to re-engage. The bailout's ready to go, but Busio with a massive pop blossom onto 2. Inspired's already godlike, Umpty's already dead, Impact's already joining him, and Team Liquid melts away. FlyQuest with the full send Realm Warp into the base. Masu barely survives the turret. Core JJ and APA barely survive at all. And the Nexus is FlyQuest target.
FlyQuest are going to start Split 2 with a win over TL. Inside the base, the Realm Warp in to finish it.
What a cool way to end the game. Whippo keeping Core and APA trapped on the steps of the fountain. FlyQuest 18-8, feeling great, taking game 1.
Inspired deathless that game on the Xin 7.
Expecting an engage, we get an engage, the Rel for Isles.
Yeah, get that AoE set up for the Rumble. So it can be Vi starting it out, Rel coming over the top. And it is going to be another Brawl Flowers with these. Let's see, though.
1 grub for Shopify.
Second charge for contracts on his Smite is coming up right now. So he has the second charge to protect these grubs.
Second grub secured without needing a smite. This should be all 3 grubs for contracts and Shopify Rebellion. Nicely played to combo that together meaningfully enough to get the kill. Yes, you hit the chains. Yes, Isles has the follow-up with the stun, but it's way too much later. They can't really do anything to really threaten B-Boy. He still has both summoner spells here too. Would love to stick around long enough to clear most of these minions away. Does need to sidestep the piercing arrow. Last Mystic Shot will pick that up, and B-Boy can go ahead and take his recall now. No mana left to work with, very little health. Not a whole lot of reason to stay in the lane any longer, but Shaden's moving in. Smites him to interrupt that last little bit of the recall, but Shaden knows that he can't just fly in here. He will get locked up before we can guarantee the 1-shot underneath the turret, but now they're ready to follow it up, and there's the first blood. They even get the money over to Tomo. Isles is burning down. Can Dignitas try to get their support out? It doesn't look like it. Oh, no! Isles, he's still shielded. If anybody would have stayed behind to protect him, surely they would have been able to get him away. Run, Isles, run!
They want to give it to the Battle Fox.
He's trying to get out. He's trying to get out. They want to give it over to the Aurora. The weirding misses. Isles is running him around in a circle. He wants to try to get away. He's finally going to die to the Aurora. Meanwhile, back over to the mid lane, it's Contracts versus Kaney with a little bit more damage coming in as Contracts jumps over the wall.
Here, as you teleport Surdy on over, who also has Rumble ult.
Okay, Contracts has to be careful about this Rumble. Heating up a little bit here as Isles is over the wall, ready to follow up too. Shopify would love to grab at least just 1 grub to get the grubbies, the little grub mites to spawn on the turrets. Contracts jumps in, steals one of them away, and now Surdy's been caught in the pit, has to flash out just to try to escape the True Shot barrage over the top, nearly lets the Ignite do the trick. And Shopify with some patience end up getting 5 out of 6 grubs. Tomo getting caught out by Palafox here in the mid lane, has to use Drake. focus so far this game by either team. Contracts is seen if maybe you can just toss the Dark and Daggers over the wall.
With Contracts chasing the rest of the defense out here from the bottom side, that outer tower is going down very quickly. Palafox should be able to acquire it, so that's first tower also achieved. That is the...
I mean, back in Split 1, we even heard, like, from the players, from the analysts talking about this day. Hold on, we don't have time to hear anything right now other than the sound of Isle's body hitting the floor. Sayo is taking it.
Dual lane gonna be, but really, I always want to think about how is their jungle support going to be.
Dignitas falling back away from the Drake. They've got it down to about 2,000, though. We'll heal up just a little bit. It's another TY for Leash moment. Shopify. Yeah, it feels like we're not seeing any killer instinct from Dignitas here, really. Shopify, once again, looking for another play. Surdy, just, there's no way out, dude. He's just 100% shredded. Side lane for a big engage coming out from Rel or something. We're not seeing huge efficacy of these equalizers. Fudge jumps into the middle of everybody now, has to flash back away as Dignitas was ready to turn on him and burn him. And so Fudge loses both summoner spells there. Not exactly the outcome he wanted, but still not a death.
Yeah, I think, exactly. I think he's happy.
Further and further away, and now with another turret under pressure. Not even under pressure. That thing is underground, man. Another objective taken. More proactive play out.
Yeah, let's see about that coordination. Shaden here onto the crab, but
Tomo, he's just done immediately. Shopify go in and find the enemy AD carry. Now Isles and Shaden looking to keep the fight going, but it ain't going to work out in their favor. Contracts resetting here a little bit. Has to use that W to make sure that he stays safe. Hits another Dark and Dagger on the Caney as Fudge is ready to come in over the wall here with the public execution. Forces the flash out of the Talia as Dignitas full retreat. Contracts keeping the pressure on. Surdy, he arrived with a teleport but wasn't able to get anything back for Dig, so now still full resources but zoned away. A nice equalizer to burn these health bars. Low, great shot from Surdy. Flash Electro Harpoon to finish off that last little bit of damage on Seos, but it's not going to deter Shopify Rebellion. They instead move over to the Otacon pit. They're going to start this up 4 men strong. Now Tomo's back alive, but he's stuck into the base. It is a Hex Tech Rift, so Tomo will be able to join the rest of Dignitas much more quickly than otherwise. Kanelee finally going to drop a Weaver's Wall as Isles and Shaden jump into the fight, and Contracts has to try to get away. Another shutdown going over to Surdy, and Fudge melts. Big Dig has arrived to Summoner's Rift here in this game. They will take a couple of clutch shutdowns.
Dignitas, who also are going to grab this Otacon buff. Let's see what they do with it. Looks like they're just going to get their Dragon for free on live right now with that Otacon buff.
But that was huge from Caney.
Yeah, definitely was. And I really do feel like that moment was Surdy.
Fudge hit with a piercing hero, but nothing more. And it's Shopify with control over the river. 15 seconds till the Drake. Palafox backing away as a root onto Seos. Follow-up Solar Flare on the Caney doesn't do a whole lot. Seos the only one taking meaningful damage here, down to about half HP on the Leona. Surdy scrapping back and forth with Fudge. Palafox again just trying to go in for some serious burst. Caney down to 1/3. Contract stepping forward, threatening here with an Fury. Remember, again, if he uses that ulti, teammates no longer block it. It's very strong as Fudge constantly putting pressure on the enemy team. If they try to step up into this brush, he's gonna jump out on the Mbessa, try to go for a quick combo, quick chunk of damage. Surdy again, getting chunked by Palafox. This is his only job in the fight. Every single time somebody walks up, he does the QE combo over the wall, tries to get a little bit of damage, force him back. Isles, speaking of a little bit of damage, that was multiple little bits of damage. That's a lot of damage, forcing him all the way back with no big engage mechanism. He's already gone, and so is the Drake. Between Worlds from Palafox, trying to catch out Surdy, but again, combo. And you can see there's nobody on the enemy team that can really face check it and afford to tank it. Oh, speaking of face checking, we got a bit of a problem here from Contracts. He has to use the W, then he has to flash still to try to escape. Now here comes the Weaver's Wall. It still knocks him back a little bit further. Seos and Palafox trying to get away now too, as Dignitas may have overextended. The weirding connect. The public execution is once again ready. Dignitas stepping back up further forward into their own jungle. Solar Flare lands on the Caney. Palafox over the wall. Tons of damage down on the enemy mid. Needs a little bit more. Ain't gonna find it. Caney surviving. Seos very low. Surdy tried to cook him up here with a flame spitter. Seos barely getting away. Isles wanted to go for the flash shattering strike, but he gets the ignite, and it still works out. Isles making the kill happen. Now Surdy ready for Contracts, who was looking for an entry point here on the side of the fight, does not get it. Surdy now needs to be a little bit careful about those Dark and Daggers flying through on the back end of the trade. Palafox again, super boots dodging away there as Shaden tries to jump in with the ball breaker. Shaden, full commit onto the enemy jungler. He knows the Nafiri no longer has the defensive spell. Contract's looking to get away. Shaden's going to drop first. Contract staying alive with a shield reset on the second cast of the ulti as he re-engages onto the enemy lines. Fudge trying to get away off to the right side at the same time. Shut down for Seos.
Initiation. So Fudge actually takes the 3 members away from it. Here we go.
All right, Dignitas wants to try to stop the Baron. Massive amount of damage. They're going to Seos in the execution with a rain of arrows. Tomo working together with his mid laner and support to pick off the enemy support in time. The Baron is down to about 3,000 HP. Shopify Rebellion do not want to leave this one away as Isles is ready to go in here for the crash down. Contracts with Palafox trying to finish it. Baron is going to be secured by the Nafiri, but now Contracts has to try to get back out of the wall, and Shaden's ready to stop him before he can go through the Hex Gate. Dignitas, they may have lost the Baron, but they will get 2 back in response.
Oh, I love it. This game is insanely scrappy. Constant fights. Dignitas aren't done there. Flowers are going to get the mid tower. They're going to get the dragon as well afterwards in your 4 split. Oh, actually, Fudge does not. Fudge was... It looked like Fudge did not get one. So
Fudge, bottom lane. They've got the wave here. They've got it baroned up. But Dignitas has scrambled enough troops nearby to make sure that Shopify can't just try to force this through. It's still a 2,500 gold lead for Shopify. Back over in mid, Surdy will be left to try to defend it, but with Contracts already here, with them having 5 Void Grubs, it should be enough damage to guarantee the kill onto the tier 2 in mid. They will secure that one. Now with another wave about to crash into bottom lane, Fudge and Palafox want to put the pressure onto this as well. If you could walk away with grabbing 2 tier 2 turrets, you'd feel pretty good about it, I would have to think, considering the way you got the Baron.
Right there. That would have been a nice comeback for Dignitas, but they're unable to finish him off, so it is going to be the Shopify out on the bottom side of the map. Shopify here. See, they're going to see if they can actually get it.
Nice job there with the solar flare. Kaney's getting caught out. Palafox goes between worlds, but he jumps back to the other side. Shaden now in some danger himself. You can kill the enemy jungler. It's going to be big. Seos drops, though. Tomo doing a ton of damage as Shaden revives thanks to the Guardian Angel, but Fudge is ready to clean up another one. Tomo taken low, taken down. Isles here with the very front line as Fudge is about to lose GA too. B-Boy needs a little bit more damage. He's going in back after Isles, and there's no way out for the enemy support. Shopify Rebellion killed 2, and they don't want to stop there. Palafox jumps in point-blank range onto the Flame Spitter, but because he has the Seeker's Arm Guard, he thinks he can outplay it. Surdy still cooks him, makes it a 1 for Contracts on Fudge. There's a lot of potential shields here for Shopify's side, particularly on the front line, so just being able to burst through those, nullify that efficiency, I feel is very, very good. As, ooh, public execution, Fudge jumping in, popping Surdy. That might be the catch right there. Contracts ready to follow it up, jumps in after Tomo. Between worlds from Palafox, Isles is down, and now the follow-up continues. Shaden's getting dove, and Fudge is going in. A little bit more damage is all they need. B-Boy's got the bullet in the air, and Seos don't care. They'll chase Keeney all the way into the base. Shopify just killed 4. It's Tomo against everybody.
Now they're sticking around to finish clearing off these minions as Fudge and Palafox wait to get inside. That tower's going down. Shopify, they're taking down the base.
The Fudge factor finds it. The big public execution to land onto Surdy. They get the huge pick on the Rumble. The Dig cannot scramble to... Fudge, I wasn't done yet. I was trying to give you credit, brother. Tomo with a good snipe. Tomo with a double kill for the equalizer punish on this. Hexol already secured for Shopify for Contracts.
Tomo's antics here, defending the base, getting 2 kills for Dignitas, allowing Dignitas the hope.
This guy, when they go to close it out.
Sneaky, sneaky here. Look at these 2 members looking
Sneaky.
for their pick. The pick
oh no! Contracts in some danger. Shattering Strike to follow it up. He's already used the Hound's Pursuit.
Got the pick, and they've got the Baron to do damage after the pick. See how many towers they can take with this.
Okay, Palafox just trying so far in the LTA north or south this year. Dignitas and Shopify. Tomo's in some danger. They're going between worlds as he's got to try to flash over the wall to escape. The shield, it's there. It keeps him alive through the damage over time, and Contracts can't close the gap and get on top of him. Now Dignitas scrambling to regroup.
We're still in store for another fight. 52 minutes in.
Seos jumps in. Surdy immediately with the stasis to make sure there's no follow-up. A beautiful seismic shot, but Tomo's on a killing spree. Surdy stays alive, and he's got teleport to rejoin his team again. Tomo staying away, fires off Chains of Corruption, doesn't get a whole lot lot out of it. Shaden has to use Vault Breaker defensively. Shopify may have lost a man, but they have control over the outer Drake pit. Shaden's got to watch out now. Contracts and Fudge firing back as B-Boy wants a little bit more damage, and Palafox already has the ulti. Shaden's about to drop, and Tomo's already on a rampage, takes out Palafox. Isles tries to get away. Contracts is eating these guys alive. Kaney dies next. Shaden's running. Surdy's trying to cut the wave. He knows he's got to scramble and pull off something crazy, but the Rumble is down. They're dog food. Contracts is eating good. Shopify Rebellion. It was a bloody one. It was a scrap. Start to finish, but with their three-man push, this time it's only a Vi to hold the line, and I feel like that's got to be nigh impossible. Shaden trying to kill the entire wave. He'll clear out everything, but the next one has already arrived. The ace is there. The death timers are far too long, and in the longest game so far for the LTA, Shopify Rebellion are starting off split 2 with a win.
The smiles on their faces after that one.
That secondary engage, they can play through side lanes really, really well. I like the 1-3-1 a ton for what Cloud9 has. Renata, though, as that final pick, so good at these hard engage style of comps.
And just your point, Jet, when you have that counter pick and support, it's the Renata to punish the
I think less about 2 of 3 grubs. It's just denying that grub feat. But the fact they got 2 is great. Fight.
Oh, now we're finding a pick here onto Loki, potentially out of position, flashes away, out of damage range. Quid cannot follow. Sniper wants some more though right now. He's still committed on the Blabber. He's got the damage. First blood, broken wings, breaking knees as Loki tries to go back in. Flash from River. That's 2 kills to 100 Thieves.
I mean, listen, this game state at this point for 100 Thieves is incredibly favorable because we already know that the Riven has
at least 1 grub, and then that denies 4. And if you can get 2, that's great, but I think you just take 1 and you leave if there's going to be any chance of a fight.
I don't think you want to fight this one, but instead they're engaging themselves. They caught River with nobody around him. Quid has the Emperor survive. Now they're re-engaged from 100 Thieves. They got ultimates on days. Vulcan's going to stay alive for quite a while here. Does not give the reset for River for the bailout. And now we're re-engaging onto FBI, who got caught away from his front line. Sven punishes him for it. And C9 win the fight.
Yeah, C9 able to take the fight. It's pretty close. We'll see if they can find Ayla.
He's flashing. One more auto. Oh, the shield and a sidestep. Ayla's out of there.
On him, but the bailout really complicates things.
And that's really about Cloud9 trying to find the right window. It looked like it was just going to be a 1-for-1, but then FBI also ends up getting caught as the cooldowns come back for Vulcan, and at that point, they can just fully chase down the rest of 100 Thieves. And from what was kind of a losing map state, because they just found the right angle where they had the numbers advantage. They might get more here too. Ayla in the flash.
Back to live. Ayla's going to go down. Looked like he was just trying to get vision down in the river.
Locked on the map now. They've got a few picks.
Sniper
no flash.
Has no backup around him. Can they lock down the Riven? Very slippery champion, but I don't think he's going anywhere. Pick in the side lane. Blabber with the kill.
Quid is heading down there. You're giving over even more gold. So the plates are going to be equalized. They're +1 kill, and they're first on the Dragon.
Ooh, making a play into the mid lane instead. Sven, chain CC, well executed Thieves.
Nice pick. I think Sven was trying to get a little bit of information to make sure that Blabber wasn't getting collapsed on,
they want first tower.
Drake. And they can get the first tower from this.
I'm pretty sure that's feats of strength right there, because they got the first 3 kills first, plus the turret. All right, not too bad.
And if you're not seeing anyone on the map, just allow Quid to take the tower topside, allow that Azir to continue scaling. We haven't talked a lot about him, but Quid is in a great...
Not only do they get the top turret for Azir, it looks like they're going to be able to get the Rift Herald uncontested as well.
I gave props for C9's adaptability in the play. I'll give props to 100 Thieves as well for adaptability in game plan.
They are going to be going down here, but again, Cloud9 just looking to trade. And as long as they're not trading way down, they're still feeling pretty good. Cole about to cash out here. One more skill drift this the whole way, but mid lane tower is already gone, so...
Yeah, he's done. He's done. That was still nice turning, though.
Yeah,
he smashed into the first wall.
Some
taking fights, but it's definitely not looked like 100 Thieves game till maybe now.
Okay, that's actually kicked down from Blabber. Quit flashing in, gets flash out from C9's jungler, but now they're onto the mid laner. River picks up the kill. 100 Thieves find
ult and just gets disengaged by the ulti. If that was the end of the play, that's super beneficial for Cloud9 because you're trading, ult for ult and you're up 1 flash. But
I also got to say pressure on Sniper here to not die in the side lane, but actually we'll get back to that Loki. getting caught out in his own jungle. The trap is sprung, and it might answer 1-for-1. Shut down for Blabber. C9 answer in kind, and they do get one.
Oh, teleport there, and River and
taking
Sniper
shots
try
on
and
the
make a
TP
big
though.
move.
He's keeping top. Sniper's going to get in there, but it's too late. I mean, this Otacon is going to go down. Maybe they
4K?
can win the fight after the fact. Loki teleports in.
fight.
Quid gets a little damage. As now Ayla, hostile takeover onto everybody. We are going to get a fight. Sniper jumps in. Buying time for River. Quid in the 1v1 against Loki, and he's winning it. Sniper buying so much space. There's the exhaust. That's one down. Thanatos jumps back in as FBI and Blabber are fighting on their own down there. Blabber almost outplays him. We got a fight on two fronts. FBI's all alone as he's going to get chased away. As now they re-engage. Sven trying to buffer the ultimate and will fall. Couple GAs popped as now Thanatos continues the dive. Flashing in. Shut down.
It is a couple kills, but they also got 3 of the withdraws there, so they removed a lot of those GAs. We'll see if Gwen can get out.
I mean,
Sniper's
without
gonna find him.
ultimate,
Hop over the wall.
yeah.
I mean,
Broken wings from Sniper. He's going to try and follow.
gold is still positive for Cloud9.
The counter doesn't kill quite as well.
No exhaust ready as well for Cloud9, so Sniper might have an
Watch the approach.
opportunity.
Watch for
He's
the
in.
engage. We're going in straight on the Blabber. If we can pop him, that is Dragon, but instead it's answering back. Blabber gets the kill instead as Loki's still alive. Sniper trying to get on top of him, but he's got Vulcan playing goalie. As C9 now fighting their way out of the pit. Looking at Sniper, big damage. There's the bailout. They got to get a kill. They got it! Sniper lives! 1-for-1 trade so far. Junglers go down, but Cloud9, they got the objective. Wow. Power spike before really going for another push.
I will say, though, Loki hasn't been
where'd they
finding
push
side
here?
lane plays. Maybe now finds one.
Sniper.
Yeah, Thanatos finding the side lane play onto Sniper. He's played a very calm game up to this point, but eventually he will get picked off.
Down before he really has a lot of
Look at
value.
River.
River's behind
River,
him.
he found Sven! They caught the 80 carry, and he's out of there! 100 Thieves with an insane pick right at the Baron, and now Quid absorbing the ultimate from the Lee Sin, and he finds his own engage. They're getting on the Blabber. They take him down. 100 Thieves are doing it 4v5. Are you kidding me?
What a...
There. And then as he comes out, he's able to flash on the other side, so Blabber just kind of kicks him away to safety. Both of the mid-jungle, they're playing insane from that spot. Sven just gets 100. This is kind of expectations versus reality for 100 Thieves, especially last year coming into the spring. Average power ranking was 6th. You know, average power ranking was 5th, you know, in summer, and they were able to really outperform what people expected. You can see they finished 2nd in spring. They made worlds in summer. Very difficult versus Avaris and Azir to just walk straight at them. And I did think Cloud9 was going to be playing more heavily in that 1-3-1 style, but they haven't really been able to find very...
And now over the wall, Thanatos jumping away from River and Sniper. The turret is the focus. We are sieging it down, and we get it.
Blabber max items pretty soon. He's still sitting on that 4.5 items right there.
Ooh, do we re-engage a C9 here? Vulcan looks for it. Hostile takeover will land onto just the cow. He pops the ultimate. Unbreakable will keep him very tanky, but not tanky enough. Exhaust onto Sniper. Vulcan still in trouble, and Quid finds the shuffle! C9 are fighting from a desperate spot here. Down 2 members. 100 Thieves bulldozing over them. Double kill to Sniper's Riven. Can he still live? Jumping away.
Back, because they have the Renata if anyone tries to turn around. Their timing, the stopwatch from Quid's ear perfectly, and they might try and end on this push.
I think this is it. It's only 2 members. Yes, they have some wave clear. It's Ezreal, it's Ryze. If they can hit the wave, that can do a lot of damage.
But
River's
Ezreal
low
ults.
as well. They got the wave down pretty much right there, flashing forward,
Not
and
all of it.
under the turret, the stasis. 100 Thieves are gonna have to try and survive this. They get 1. Loki's still alive. Sniper flashes in. Gets the stun, still falls Loki with the shutdown, and it can come down to 50-50. 1Q
one
could
Q,
just
man.
kill Loki. There it is! FBI finds the snipe, and Quid trying to keep himself alive. Thanatos cannot stick on
Blabber's
him.
still on it.
Sven teleported
Finish
in.
it.
They're still committing to the Baron. River's into the pit. There's no damage onto the Baron. Who gets it? River steals the Baron! 100 Thieves are still in it! C9 thought they had the play.
I mean, there's the Hex Flash
Chain of
coming
Corruption
in.
will miss, and everyone from 100 Thieves say back away, but can they actually get away?
They want
Vulcan's
kills.
there. If you can find the headbutt, no flash available. And it will just be thanks for the leash.
Okay.
C9 will put themselves on Soul Point.
Oh, this is getting really spicy.
Yes.
I mean, it's a 7K lead. Something done here as well. You know, he is the only one with the lead, and he's got that 5 items completed, still sitting on the Bramble. But if he can find backline with that Death Cap completed, he is going to be able to cut through them, no problem. But it's so difficult for him to find any sort of an entrance. You know, they have no angle, and Sven is just getting poked down.
Yeah,
they're
that's
gonna have
gonna be
to
the
give
turret.
double inhib.
At least, I mean, Sven completely has to go away. The Varus is just chunking him. if he's able to get any arrows onto him.
And we're back.
Here's on the turrets.
We're back to it. Chain of Corruption lands. It's on the Blabber. No one else is going to follow up on the engage. Vulcan will find his own, though.
Okay.
Unbreakable Will. He can take a lot of damage. Thanatos on the side there, and Quinn actually shuffles him back in towards the team. Vulcan's down. Thanatos has to find him, but he doesn't. 100 Thieves find the engage. They find the way, and they will yet again slay their rivals in C9. Doubters beware. 100 Thieves are back.
It started slow, but it ended in true 100 Thieves fashions. Non-stop team fighting. Quid gives us a
Diving into the
highlight at the end. Fantasy points, 100 Thieves take him down.
And they get Sven. 100 Thieves will take it. GG, 100 Thieves.
Need some hard engage. Skarner can work, but more so as a follow-up engage usually, rather than that primary engage. So I do think it's a really well-rounded composition here, and we're just waiting to see what the final pick is. And it's going to be Kai'Sa. Licorice can just kind of hold this wave and try to slowly build up his advantage.
And we also saw that XU had looked to contest. Saint fighting Abadage. Doesn't quite have enough damage, but that was close. And now Adi actually going for a potential dive. Flash available for Castle. He's stunned up, flashes away. Arctic Assault has been used, but it's first blood regardless.
Yeah, Abadaga now hits 6, so maybe he can actually use this to try to get Prio and then come over.
Licorice and Castle, meanwhile, fighting bot side. Everyone's health bars are so low right now. It's Lyon currently on the grubs. Castle misses the snip. Snip has the needlework. Licorice dodges the first, dodges the second, and does survive.
Yeah, just tagged by a bit of the third, had to flash the second there, but still great job by Castle. He's been winning in that isolated 1v1, got the advantage early, obviously then gets ganked and gets killed, but to be able to force out that flash, this is a counter match. All right, we give it up, and they're gonna have to try to take a slight advantage on top side. We'll see how quickly Scary Jerry can push this out and if he can get some plates.
Saints trying to stay on Hoogie for a bit there, but that's one of those moments, rookie AD carry from Scary Jerry, if he just stays off of Fog of War, there's a chance that Lion don't.
In that spot. Audieland looking mid lane though. Saint does have his ulti.
Ooh, and they land it. Chain the CC beautifully, but Abadaga is still alive. Snaps back, and he lives.
Nicely done, Abadaga able to survive in that spot. Resolve definitely helping out a little bit.
Yep.
We'll see if Saint wants to go for it. I do wonder if Audieland could have gotten a little bit more damage down before he just kind of backed out and tanked up that tower. Because when you look at the actual buy, it's just Zergagrees and a dagger. It's not like there's that much damage behind what Saint is doing.
Yep.
So we tried to allow Saint to finish him off, but maybe
Saint just does it himself. Well done.
Here, up over 20 CS. Licorice kind of struggling to farm, and when he went up towards that top side,
Glacial Prison. XU's trying to keep his support safe. Lions doesn't have the damage. Now XU with Scary Jerry behind him are shredding through Henna and Audieland. But here comes Castle flashing forward for the kill. One over to DS.
2 plates there. Only saw him get the one, but I wasn't sure if one was already down. Nice side step.
Missing Scary Jerry. Doesn't have the flash. He still has a cleanse. He's got everything. He should be fine here. Saint jumping over the wall, maybe predicting the flash?
I think he was trying to predict a flash there.
Yeah.
Saying that Scary Jerry would flash from that position. Ends up not finding him. Could have probably just taken the forced flash instead of trying to go for kind of the big. So Saint just continuing to fight here. Now Lions is coming.
Yeah, Lions behind. They see the Sejuani, but do they read? There's also a teleport coming in, so we are just fighting. XU whiffs on the Impale, but they still have the damage. Abadage's taking turret, though. Does still live through it. Teleport completes. Licorice is in the fight, but so is Scary Jerry. Abadage is repositioned into the minion wave and will survive. Licorice almost dies. DSG get away with it.
Yeah, really well done there from DSG. They put the pressure on the Saint bot side.
Audieland 1v1ing Castle. Interesting to see. As now top side as well. Licorice goes back in, and he gets punished. XU with the kill credit dies to the turret 1 for 1.
Yeah, we're going to be able to get that 1 point, but they're going to lose the tower very likely, as well as Scary Jerry gets another, and Castle gets a plate on bot side. DSG getting a pretty big advantage up here as Lion is getting a little bit fast and loose with it. I mean, they're kind of just taking
They haven't pulled it off yet.
No, I mean, we haven't really seen Henna be able to actually get grouped up with these melees and dive in on the backline on one of these targets at the same time so far. Licorice, I don't think you should fight. I think you should just allow him to try to get pressure on that tower.
Now, instant cleanse from Scary Jerry, but it's not enough. Lions with the kill credit from that rocket belt, but either way, a pick for Lion. His teleport comes in from Castle. So DSG might be forced to keep fighting, but Lyon back off.
Well, they're going to lose the tower on bot side as well, so they TP in here when there's not really a play to be made. I mean, Scary Jerry shows on the mid wave without side brush control, gets punished for it.
This guy's toast to hear about his thoughts on the game so far.
Toast, toast, toast. This has been a back and forth game.
They win, and then I realized it doesn't really count.
I appreciate that, brother. You go ahead with your co-stream. I'm going to send this one straight back to the casters.
That's the first thing you learn as the League of Legends gets a charge. It is a dead tower, and it should be able to get that charge. Saint's just going to kind of push Puhi back. This Castle will get found.
Licorice finding Castle, and there's Hannah over the top. They found the play. This is the power of the Kaisa, and they might find even more. Audioland goes in onto XU, but now disengages with the rest of the team. It's just the one pick. That could be Dragon.
Yeah, and this is exactly what they wanted from Henna. Back-to-back plays, they're able to get him involved.
He's still in there, and he finds Licorice, but now Lions! The Pop Blossom onto 4, and the rest of the team will clean it up. 2 more to Lyon.
Oh my God, Lions on stage for his first game here in the LTA. He had to play remote last split.
Yep.
He's here, he's looking good. That's
Just now spotted, but
where XU is though. He's on graphics.
Yeah.
It's way too little, way too late, so it's just gonna be given over for free. I actually think that giving over Ruinous is way worse.
we got a Ruinous Otacon. Let's go.
Yeah.
Find a pick. It's not going to be Licorice. He jumps away. If you're cheering for Lyon, you're just happy with what they're doing right now. They say we don't have to go straight to the Dragon.
Around Dragons, because now Castle can't even really respond to this.
Yeah.
He has to answer the wave mid. Saint is just kind of chunking him down because Castle has no sustain.
And then Soul bounce back to the team. It's going to come down to a 50-50. XU has to find a way into the pit. Dodges. The Glacial Prison flashes in. Doesn't get it. That's Dragon Soul to Lyon. And that's XU falling as well. Henna repositions. Castle falls. All of DSG are falling apart. As Lyon will find 4, make it the ace with the Dragon Soul.
Nearly the clean ace. Licorice dies, burns down after he gets the kill, but they do get the ace. They get the Dragon Soul. They're pushing mid.
That could be it.
And even if it's not, it's definitely going to be enough damage to take this game later.
20 seconds on Huhi, 20 seconds on XU. I imagine they do. All members still up, save for Licorice. 4 members strong pushing. Adi actually is channeling, so yes, that signals it will just be the inhibitor. Reset, go for the Baron. Look to end the game then. Yeah.
This team becomes a competitor, just like overnight. You have a monster carry.
Incredible mid laner to be compared to as Castle. Speaking of Saint.
I.e., they're already here over on the Baron. DSG, do they even attempt? Doesn't look like it. They're just going to try to push in mid, but Licorice is there. There's supers to contend with. They can't even get chip damage on the tower and trade, so they really can't do anything.
Yeah, it's all done but the crying here, it seems, for DSG. As Lyon, does he find the root? He does! Oh, Scary Jerry! Expertly played. Henna with the Void Seeker will get through the Banshees, and then everything else falls up. Or not Banshees, Edgenite, still ridiculous.
Yeah, beautifully done there. They find another pick on Scary Jerry there in mid lane. Saint takes the tier 2 top. They're pushing on all sides now. They are looking to close in here and close out this game.
DSG will have to fight at the Nexus turrets. Supers pushing mid, and Baron empowered minions at that, but okay, Lyon are gonna back off. They wanna play for fantasy points. Feel fantastic for longtime fans of the org, of these players like Audioland, like Lions, South American players that will be cheering on these guys as they continue to compete here. It's 1 win in the books if they can close out here, but still that starts the momentum and that rewrites some of the history from Split 1. They had 3 days to practice before Split 1 started, and this looks like a much different Lyon.
Yep, it is looking a lot better, a lot more cohesive, absolutely, in some of these plays, especially towards the mid-game, the later stages of that game. Saint just going to be pushing in mid. They're going to this kind of 1-4 setup where Licorice just bouncing back and forth between the waves. Castle's going to try to make something happen.
So Unbound now has to Fate Seal defensively. Who he cannot follow him up. And there's no lockdown, but now Lions pounce onto Huhi, finding the support, taking him down. It's a 35-second death timer as the rest of the roster is still up here for Lyon. Can they push in and close out the game? That's going to be 3 inhibitors down. And now they're teleporting back in their top laner with supers pushing topside as well. This is the final touches for Lyon.
Yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a Nexus defense here, but can't see it
Pop Blossom
happening.
yet again. Everyone's flashing away. Everyone's going into stasis. Abathage still alive, still doing a lot of damage. He took down one. Can DSG make a miracle happen? Henna over the top. Henna taking the ball down. Henna tearing through DSG. Triple kill. Lions roar and get their first win in LTA.
What a finish there from